I was thinking if I should make like I'm leaving YouTube type of video. I think I just said everything that I needed to say on YouTube. That sounds like a lot of headache to me. I really don't want to make videos.
Have you thought about buying real estate?
I'm not a real estate person.
Why?
I'm not sure if I can share it because it's like super just competitive.
One advice for everyone who wants to be like as successful as you are.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
Guys, welcome to Silicon Valley Girl. We have an amazing guest today, Nate O'Brien. Thank you so much for making it. Meet Nate O'Brien, a 25-year-old American YouTuber and investor. Nate manages multiple YouTube channels with over 3 million combined subscribers, and recently he disappeared from his main YouTube channel, so we're gonna talk about what happened. We'll also talk about his secrets of making money on YouTube and operating multiple channels simultaneously. Please welcome Nate O'Brien. Nate, you've been on YouTube for how long?
It's been too long. 2016. So what is that? 7 years?
7
Wait,
years.
that's almost 8 years.
Yeah. What is going on now? Where are you? Where are your videos? I miss them.
Yeah, I think I'm taking a little break, a little retirement, but I'll probably be back at some point. Yeah.
You posted your last video in October 2023. When is the next video coming out?
I really don't know. I was thinking if I should make like I'm leaving YouTube type of video, but then I was like, I'm just gonna disappear and just come back and like when I feel inspired to come back.
What happened?
I think I just said everything that I needed to say on YouTube, you know? Like and there's nothing worse than like someone repeatedly making the same videos like years and years and years, and like it feels like a hamster wheel. And so once I made all the videos that I wanted to make over like the past like 6 years or so, it's like, okay, that's everything I needed to say. And now it's time to move on.
This part of the video is brought to you by Dropbox. Being a creator and an entrepreneur means having multiple teams to interact with. And it also means constantly switching from one task to another. As a YouTuber with a team of 10, we experience frustration of losing critical content material more than just misplaced notes. Imagine the agony of losing hours, trying to find documents, consolidating feedback or tracking files, slowing down our entire production process. Dropbox just launched Dropbox Business and Business Plus, which has been a game changer for teams like mine. It has created a workspace where all the tools that you need are integrated, bringing our work into one shared space. Apart from the expected file storage and sharing capabilities that come with Dropbox, my team's top 2 favorite are Send and Track and Replay. You create a perfect deck and a pitch, present it to a brand, and nothing happens. Then you start wondering, is it me? Or was the email even delivered? Have they even read it? Send and Track is great for reducing those unknowns. Not only can you track whether your proposal has been delivered, but also see whether the company reviewed your slides and how long they viewed each slide. It's invaluable to understand their engagement so you can address their concerns or tailor your pitch for maximum impact, all while having the ability to control downloads. Another product my team and I collaborate through is Replay. My team is all remote and our main projects are our videos for this and 2 other channels. With Replay, we can share feedback in real time. All markups from everyone on the team are now in a single location. No need to send the video back and forth. Our editors absolutely love this. Also, what I noticed when interviewing successful people is that they're very organized. In the office, in their house, with their apps, everything. With Dropbox Business and Business Plus, you can focus on what matters the most for your business with just one platform. It gives you all the tools you need in one place, in addition to seamless app integration with Adobe, Canva, and more. This has been a game changer for my team, and if it sounds like it could benefit yours, click the link in my description to learn more. Now back to the video.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? What is your day-to-day now?
Right now, Sebi and I have the venture fund, Roadrunner, which takes up a good amount of time. And then my brother and I have a media company. We own some YouTube channels, and it's a little bit more on the business side, so it's like I don't have to be on camera, and so that's kind of where some cash flow comes from, which is I'm glad I set that up because I think a lot of creators like they get on that hamster wheel and they can't get off because it's like their only income source.
Yeah.
And luckily I've been able to diversify quite a bit over the past few years.
When did you start doing that? Was there a moment when you were like, okay, I am tired of being in front of the camera. I'm tired of repeating things. When did this click happen?
So I feel like the click happened before I even started my main channel.
Okay.
Because I didn't.
How old were you, by the way?
18.
18.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, but when I started in 2016, I was like, I really don't want to make videos, but someone's got to make these finance videos because there was nobody making the content back then. So it was like a big opportunity. So I said, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to turn on a camera. I'm just going to make the videos, even though it's like not my natural tendency to like create content. And so, yeah, I started that in like late 2016. And then probably by sometime in 2018, my brother and I started working on some other things so that I could eventually plan to phase out
Got
my
it.
personal brand.
So can you talk about like how you think about starting a new channel? Where does the idea come from? Do you think purely whether it's going to make money, or like what's the thought process?
So I think the biggest thing that I've realized with a personal brand is that there's no real like equity build up in a personal brand. It's like hard to sell. Like you can't I can't really sell the Nate O'Brien YouTube channel. I mean, maybe someone would buy like revenue streams from that, but so I wanted to build something that would be like separate for myself. And then that was the main factor. And then also it was like what makes money.
Are you not interested in like growing your personal brand anymore?
No.
You don't want to be recognized. You don't want to be.
Yeah, I'm just a very private person. So like,
Do you have a home, by the way? Because I see you traveling all the time. You're like-
I'm based in Pennsylvania. And I'm trying to slow down and not travel as much anymore.
I see you in all the different
I
places.
know, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Orange County, the Bay Area.
I was in Mexico yesterday.
Mexico, yeah. And so, in 2018, you started another like media company with different. How many channels do you have there?
We at one time we had like 15, but now we've scaled it down quite a bit, so we can just focus on a couple of main ones. So there's like 8, but a couple of them don't really do much, and then there's like some.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a lot of questions about that. So all of those channels are in finance, or like
Finance, a lot of like software, a lot of tutorials. It's like the super boring.
Do you understand software? Or you just find people who
Yeah,
do?
we find people to
Nice.
do it. So like, yeah, just things that like aren't super flashy. Like we don't go for viral videos. It's literally just like, what do people search for and how do we just rank?
How do you think about like whether the channel is successful or not? How many videos do you have to make in order to decide whether to shut it down? Or
I'd say like 2 years.
Oh, 2 years?
Yeah.
Of posting every week?
Sometimes every week. Yeah, sometimes like less. But just kind of like laying the groundwork for search content is like, it takes a long time.
Wow.
So you're not going to like blow up with search content.
How
very
much does it
quickly.
cost to produce one video?
Depends on the topic, but right now it's like few $100s a video.
It's like 300 to 400, so or like closer to like 800 to 900.
300 to 800 in that range. Just depends on who's filming it and who's editing it. And
So
everything
you're
else.
paying the person who's in front of the camera. You're paying the researcher, right? Or they do the
Usually
research?
the person who's in front of the camera is also the one researching.
How do you find them though?
I'll basically just post like Google Forms or like type forms. Say, hey, look, like we're hiring some people for next year. If you want some freelance work, then fill out the form, and we get like hundreds and hundreds of people who apply there. And then we just sift through them all and find the best candidates. And then when we hire somebody, we just give them a lot of trust and a lot of responsibility up front, and then see what happens.
So per channel, if you have a channel, is it just one person or you have multiple faces?
No, we mix in multiple people. Yeah.
Oh,
for
okay,
that
then
reason,
it's
because-
easier. Okay, yeah.
And it's also not as big of an issue of like we're not worried about a filmer leaving, because if they leave, there's other people who are mixed in, and then also people who watch the videos, they're finding it by like searching on Google or searching on YouTube, and so they're not like connected to the person like they're an influencer.
So
it's
totally
not an issue.
search based.
Yeah.
Interesting. How many people do you have working for you for? 8, or I guess 9 channels together with yours.
It's not that many. We try to keep it pretty lean, so it's like around 10, give or take. I mean, there's a lot of it's a lot of contractors, and then we hired somebody to like hire people so that we don't have to like deal with all the management stuff. But my goal is always to keep things really lean and really really small, because I just like my biggest nightmare is ending up like Dave Ramsey with like 1,000 employees in a big office. And
Yeah. So they're mostly editors or?
filmers, 4 filmers, 2 editors, and then like thumbnail, some other people in the mix there for other random things, like for like copywriting and everything.
And so 4 filmers, they film for several, each filmer is responsible for several channels then, right? If you have 8.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And for topic research, can you give some advice on like how you do your research? vidIQ or just Googling?
So I used to use a lot of those tools, vidIQ and TubeBuddy and all those SEO tools. Now it's just I don't know how to explain it. It's probably just like gut like feeling where you just know in a certain topic in a certain area that there's like demand. And I'm always just searching for that, like mentally every day, thinking about like what's like an area that there's like a gap in the market where there's not enough content on that.
Do you still feel there are gaps in the market in 2020?
Oh, totally.
Yeah?
Yeah, tons.
Oh, that sounds promising, because I feel like sometimes I feel like if I start researching a niche, like, oh yeah, like this has already been said, there's so many YouTubers in this niche. But you feel like every niche is unoccupied, or like what would be the top niches?
I'd say like finance is definitely flooded now. Like that was the opportunity when I started, and like when you started Silicon Valley Girl, I think.
2018, yeah.
Yeah, around then that was like perfect time for like finance content. Right now, yeah, it's just more like niche content or different styles of content. So like with finance videos, right? The one thing I think I did pretty well was like around 2020, I realized that a lot of the finance videos that people were making were like 10 minutes long. I said, okay, what if I just make an hour long or 2 hour long tutorial on like the stock market? And nobody else had really done that. And so I was able to like those stock market tutorials got like 3 or 4 million views each, because nobody was like, people
Nobody
wanted
was doing the 1 hour
like,
long.
yeah, the viewers like, okay, I'm sick of like the 13-minute video telling me to like invest in a Roth IRA. How do I actually do it? I want like the full like meat and potatoes, like they want like,
Yeah.
So
That's interesting. Okay, so what is the niche that you're excited about, if you can share?
I'm not sure if I can share it. It's because it's like super just competitive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe like for people who are just starting out, if they're picking a niche.
That's so tough, because I think I have like tunnel vision on like this specific area.
Finance, right?
Yeah, finance, or just like educational info content. But there's something there for everyone. It's like the way to find something like that, because it's hard to like just describe the exact niches. It's more of like when you go onto YouTube, and specifically YouTube, like long form videos, and you find someone with very few subscribers, but they're getting a lot of views. That's like the imbalance. That's like the biggest green light ever. And
If
and
they're
that's
getting
why
more views than subscribers.
yeah, it's like, how's this person? They have like 2,000 subscribers, but they're getting 20,000 views a video, and like you can sense that they're like getting ready to blow up. Especially if you watch videos and you're like, they're not even that good. Like you think you could maybe improve on them somehow. That's like the
I like
most
this
amazing thing
mindset.
ever.
Yeah.
And it's so rare to find that, but when you do, like really take note on that.
And so every channel is now profitable, right? So you spend like
No, not every channel is profitable. We just started a new one.
and you're gonna
like
give it
last
2
month.
years? Is that
2 years to become profitable. I think it'll probably start cash flowing in the next like 16 months maybe. But it takes a long time to like get it off
Do
the
you
ground.
share those names of those channels, or?
No, but I'll tell you afterwards.
But like you
I'll
don't
show
share because you think it's a great opportunity and you don't want other YouTubers to?
Yeah, it's just like I just don't really talk about it too much, but yeah.
I've talked to a lot of YouTubers recently, and I feel like a lot of YouTubers are digging into like, how can I remove myself from the picture but still use my talent? What do you think is going to happen to YouTube? Like, because if everybody realizes you can, like Jake Tran, he makes videos without even showing his face, right? If there is a software that can automate B-roll, there's 11 Labs that clones your voice with pretty much, it sounds like a normal voice. Do you think it's going to be flooded in the next couple of years?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's gonna happen with that. I mean, it's I think YouTube's gonna find a way to still filter it out, and because like people have to remember, like YouTube is on the creator's side, like where like they want people to stay on the platform as long as possible. So they're probably just gonna get better at like the algorithm with like recommendations, and I'm actually not sure though where that's gonna end up. But I think that's the question with everything with AI. Like,
Yeah,
what's gonna
it's
happen.
crazy to just realize everything can now be automated.
Yeah.
Even like all the work. So 8 channels, some of them are not profitable yet, but you're going to invest for the next 16 months. Can you talk about like overall revenue? If you're okay with saying numbers, say numbers. If you're not okay with telling me the exact numbers, you can say like, what's the proportion? Where does the money come from? Like number 1 source or number 2?
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely like makes more than my like YouTube channel, like my personal brand.
Okay, so that will be your media company will be number 1. Wow, congratulations. That's amazing.
Thanks.
I think it's so cool. Like for every YouTuber just doing something that's bigger than your primary channel.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah, I think that passed it in like 2020 maybe, or 2021.
So it took you like You started
We started like
2018,
2018.
so 3
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. And that's kind of why I've also like not really posted much on my channel. It's like
Well, yeah.
slowly phased out.
Yeah.
But yeah, from the actual breakdown from like revenue from those, it's very heavily like affiliate. A lot of those like finance apps, and then AdSense. AdSense is good, but there's like a weird bug on YouTube right now where they'll just like kill your AdSense. It'll drop like 90%. It's happened to so many people that I know, especially who
Wow.
make like search-based videos.
Interesting.
Where like say your channel's making like $10,000 a month in AdSense, and then all of a sudden one day it just goes down 90%. And
Do you
you're
know
making
why?
$1,000 a month. No, and we've talked to so many people at YouTube about this, and they're like, like they don't have a clear answer. I think it's because they think that like there's traffic coming that's like not bots
or whatever.
exactly, but like I know so many people that this has happened to, and
They're not driving bots.
like they're not botting, so that's the part that's kind of weird.
Interesting. Yeah, that's the thing with being dependent on one source of income. But your
Yeah.
number one is affiliate, right?
Yeah.
The second would be AdSense.
Maybe sponsors, probably like flat fee sponsors, but we don't do a lot of those anymore. The reason why I don't like a lot of flat fee sponsors is like, let's say on my YouTube channel, right? Like a company might offer like $20,000 for like a flat fee, like mid-roll, like ad in a video. My problem with that is like, I'm kind of maxed out then at $20,000.
If you insert an affiliate, then you can make so much more, right? Is that
It's
your thing?
basically unlimited upside.
That's great. That's great if you figured out the affiliate part.
Yeah. And so then it's like, I just feel like with the flat fee sponsor, it's like, I feel like I'm really trading my time for money. It's like if it takes me all day to make a video and then I'm maxed out at like a certain
You
amount.
still get AdSense.
Yeah.
And you can still put other affiliate links in description. No?
Maybe it depends. We usually don't.
Sometimes they're
It
super
depends on the
strict,
company,
but
yeah.
sometimes they're like whatever. Can you give advice on like trying to someone who's trying to figure out affiliates?
The biggest advice I would say is like just like knowing when people are warmed up to something. So like, because a lot of our volume comes from search, like people are already looking for something specific, and so then we have it there. Like if they're like, okay, like what are the best investing apps, right? And they search that on YouTube, and now the 5 best investing apps that we're talking about, we have an affiliate link to each one of those. Like the conversion is going to be through the roof because it's so like they're so ready for it.
But also top 5 investment apps like Vanguard wouldn't have an affiliate. How do you
Well, so
or you
like,
just don't include it in the top?
No. So like, we'll usually either like link to it or we do this a lot where we'll just drive traffic to a company without even being like an affiliate partner with them. And then like once we're like, hey, like we got 10,000 like clicks sent to your website. I'm sure we drove like at least a few hundred customers. We should work together.
Were you able to do something?
Yeah, we do that all the time with companies where like they don't have an affiliate program, and then we just send them a lot of traffic, and we're like, you guys should really make an affiliate program.
That's great. That is awesome. What about your VC company? You said it's taking up a lot of time. Do you interview a lot of startups? What's the process there?
Yeah, so my partner on the fund is Sebi, which
Yeah.
you know, and hopefully some people know him as well. And we started that in 2022. We raised some money for it. A lot of it's our own money as well. And we just invest into early stage, like pre-seed, seed companies, a lot of consumer tech, but
Any exits?
not yet, but
It's coming?
things are looking good. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm very excited in especially like the past like 2 or 3 months, where the thing with like when you invest into really early stage companies where it's literally like an idea or like they barely have like an MVP is like there's basically like a 1 to 2 year period after you invest where you're like praying and so doubtful, and then all of a sudden, and sometimes this can take a long time. Like look at Figma, which I guess that Figma Adobe deal got canceled, but I mean they were founded like over a decade ago, and for like the first like 8 years it was just like flat, like it did nothing, and then all of a sudden it was hockey stick. So things are looking good. We're still investing and like deploying the funds.
How many companies do you invest in each month?
So far we've invested into 14 since May of 2022, so almost 2 years, 14 companies, and we probably still have another I'd say close to 20 companies that we'll probably invest into in total, maybe 15 to 20. Yeah.
Is it only you and Sebi?
Yeah, it's myself and Sebi, who like are the GPs on the fund.
Is that what you're the most excited about in what you're doing?
Yeah, it's definitely the one that like I wake up and I just get super excited about it. And talking to people and founders is such a great way to just stay in the loop with like what the future is like, what the world's going to look like in 10 years, or even 50 years. And I think the best part about it is like not the returns or the potential returns, but like as a person with like investing, have like a tiny influence on what the future is going to look like. Because, you know, even if like a check that you're writing, like an angel check, is maybe like $10,000, even like that $10,000 might make or break it for the company. So yeah, that's really cool.
That's exciting. Yeah. Can we talk about your personal finance a little bit? When it's like your expenses, what's the fraction of your total income right now? Because I know you live a frugal life. I saw your like desk setup.
Yeah, well, no, I actually don't think I live as frugal of a life anymore.
Because you travel?
Travel, and then also I like eating out a lot, like restaurants and
Guilty
stuff.
pleasures.
Yeah, so I definitely spend a lot more than I used to. Like if people watch like my minimalist videos in like 2020, it's definitely, I've changed a bit. But the expenses as a total of my income is probably like maybe like 10%.
So you're able to save around like 90%.
Well, yeah, the IRS takes half, but
Have you thought about buying real estate?
not really, no. I'm not a real estate person.
Why?
You know, people always say it's great for taxes, but then you're stuck in real estate, and you're gonna have to recapture all of those gains at some point if you ever sell. So then it's like you can't ever sell.
Well,
Or
you can sell if you sell and you buy another
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you have houses all over the world.
That sounds like a lot of headache to me.
Well, you can hire a manager.
Yeah, I know, but I would rather be more liquid, and real estate just doesn't excite me. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, you're the first person. Who
Really?
Yeah, because everyone is like, oh, I'd love to buy something.
It just seems boring to me. Like I would rather rent, and I'd rather invest in the stock market or
So all
any
of your
other asset.
all of your, if we take all of your savings, like what percentage is in cash, what percentage is invested, what's in crypto, what's in stocks?
The majority is definitely in stocks, individual stocks, actually.
Oh, risky.
Yeah. And then I have a good chunk in like, you know, index funds, crypto. I'm pretty diversified with like,
How much is in crypto?
like percentage. Usually around like 5 to 10%. I try to keep it in that range.
Is it on Ledger?
I have hard like wallets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
After
I wouldn't
2021, you don't
I
trust.
wouldn't trust keeping any crypto on any exchanges. Yeah.
So, okay, crypto, stocks, how much do you have in cash in percentage?
It's probably maybe around like 20% or so. I usually don't have like a ton of cash on hand.
Is it on high yield savings account?
Like short-term treasuries. Yeah. It's a
Okay.
little bit better, like higher yield than a
Where'd
savings
you buy
account.
them?
Just through my brokerage. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like right now you could get like 5% on like short-term treasuries.
Short term meaning like 3
Like 6 months, or,
6
you know,
months?
3 months, 1 month. It could be, anything under like a year. For some people, that might be kind of complicated to buy those specifically. You can put your money into like things like funds that basically are that, but like they're liquid and they're not. It's not the actual like bonds or notes themselves.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, what's the goal with all of this?
In 5 years, I have no idea. Probably slow down, start a family. I wanted to focus my early 20s on just like building a nice baseline of like, you know, have enough money, set myself up so that if I don't want to work, I don't have to, which I think I'm like at that point now. And now I can just work on things that I love, you know, and that I really want to do. And so maybe like 5 years from now, I'll just big farm, you know, cattle or something. And like, I'll be able to do it because I won't be worried about paying the bills.
You're living a life. That's amazing. How old are you now?
25.
25. Yeah. Traveling the world, having your income figured out, your your retirement account is probably all ready for you to retire.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Yeah.
That is perfect. Okay, let's wrap up this video with one advice for everyone who wants to be like as successful as you are and is just starting out.
I'd say don't reinvent the wheel. Yeah, like people try to create like some, you know, crazy new formula or something. I would say just like look at what's working for people and then just like modify it ever so slightly.
Consistently post,
and
yeah.
Just, And for influencers, I guess consistently post, but it's more of just like I'd focus on quality over quantity also if you're trying to do the influencer route.
Yeah, but also like for you, 16 months, I'm just thinking 8 channels, 16 months, you're posting every week, right?
Yeah, every week or, you know, a few times a month. And it's,
That's
probably try
amazing.
every week.
that's, you're really diligent about actually making things happen. Because I know some people, like, they post two videos, oh, they didn't perform, it's not for me.
Yeah.
People don't like me.
Yeah, or just like getting started is the like hardest part. It's like, oh, I don't know like when I was 18, I was like, who's gonna listen to me about investing in the stock market? I'm 18.
Did you have imposter syndrome when you started?
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I still do. Everyone does,
Does anyone ever tell you, like, oh, how can you talk about this? You don't have a license or whatever?
No. And that's what I was shocked by when like people were listening to me when I was 18. I was like, what? This
But
is kind of scary.
you're also very humble, and you're like, this is what it looks like for me. I'm just sharing. Yeah, that was great. Thank you so much, Nate. You're super inspiring. And I hope more people who are watching in their 18s, they will be like, oh my God, I want to do the same thing as Nate. Be consistent, right? And don't reinvent the wheel.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. Bye, guys. And please subscribe to Nate's channel. I hope he's going to post something.